honey, can you look at this?
What is up, everybody? This is Supersight, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about Air Server, all the different optimal settings, and some tips and tricks to do with everything. Right, so let's get straight into it. Now, this is Air Server right here. I've got it connected to my device. I normally, by the way, this will be a gaming voice because I normally do games, and so Heyday, that's the awesome game I play. So yeah, this here is my device reflected right now. Now, I'm going to tell you, go through the different settings like so. Now, I did do a video just like before I attempted to do this, but it was half an hour long, so I thought I'll try and cut back, keep it real simple, keep it real snappy about what we're going to be talking about. Right, so right here, this is the main scene. This is where the general settings are. Okay, now, the general settings are the most important, the ones that you want to be dealing with the most. Now, right here, it says the name of your computer. So my computer is called Supersight HD. Now, what happens is when, for example, I'll disconnect this, when it, like, that's what it shows up to. So, for example, if I tap on this and I connect with my device, it comes up as right here, we can see the Supersight HD YouTube. So that is the name of it. Now, you can change the name of that. So let's say we want to call it Bob. We call it Bob, and then we click this one here, rebroadcast. So that one there will rebroadcast it, so everyone will see it as the computer called Bob. And you can also have automatic rebroadcast automatically. Now, by the way, these settings will not automatically update to the devices already connected. Now, Air Server is great for a whole heap of things, like whether it's gaming, whether it's educational things like on projectors and that. It's really, really useful. Right, so we've done it at Bob, and then we click this one down here called Apply. Right, so now we'll disconnect from this one, right? So we'll disconnect this, and now it's come up right here as it's running as Bob. So now if we go to connect, it will come up as, for me, as Bob. So right here we reconnect, and as you can see, it's now called Bob. So that's how you can change the name of the computer if you didn't want them to see your actual name or whatever, for whatever reason you want to change it, if there's a whole heap called the same one. So there we go, that's how you do that. Right, now this one here, this is one of the most important ones. So this is called change password. Now, this is very important because it's how devices will connect to your projector or your computer or whatnot. So first of all, this one here says, is it just Bob that I need a password? So if you click apply this, and then we'll rebroadcast that, well, it's already done automatically, and then we'll disconnect. Now, this one here means that if someone tries to connect, then it will come up with this on your computer. So 831, right, so there we go.
My team and I always had trouble managing our tasks until one of my colleagues found Monday.com. You can see
We'll do that, and we've got that applied. So now we'll connect under Bob, and then this comes up right here. The device Supersight, that's my iPad, with those things. Now, under show QR code, this is really useful. So this is if you got a cool app called this here, Connect, for basically disable Chromebook speakers, and so I'm speaking, this is me, change this is for this. And so they are the general settings. Now moving on to the audio settings, you've got this here is where the selected output is. So for example, my system default is the speakers, and so I'm speaking, this is me here, regardless of which one. But for example, the reason when you change this is if you had like speakers, you wanted to play stuff out, it would pop up there and you could add in it like so. Right, so nothing much really with the audio. You can add these sort of settings, but generally, yeah, right. So this one here, this is a display. This is very important. So this one here shows like display name, then it's got the refresh rate, and then it's got the primary display, it's got the display resolution and the bit depth. And so down here, as you can see, you can add in the display FPS, which stands for frames per second for non-gamers. Now if we add this, you can see this in the corner, it shows how many frames per second are appearing on my screen. So as you can see, it's pretty good. It's not very laggy. Like I think it works pretty well. So it's about 40 frames per second. Now you can, if you want, change this to the following value, and you can add it to a really high number, although that doesn't really, as you can see, it just goes crazy like that. But for example, if you wanted it to, like, you didn't need it to go really fast and you just want to keep it real simple, you can decrease it to 10 or even to 1. And if we decrease it to 1 and we do this, we apply it, look at this. This is extremely laggy. So I certainly wouldn't recommend doing 1. That's just straight out crazy. But you can change that around if you want. But generally, I would recommend having it the same as the display refresh rate. I recommend that is probably the best option. So if we apply that, we go back to that. And so, yeah, you can see that if you want, or you don't have to see that. I don't normally use it, but you can use it if you would like to. Now, this one here, I'm pretty sure that it just helps it clearer the screen. So I would recommend that if it is available. So just press that do the check and then apply. Now, always on top. Now, this one here, right, so if we go, for example, like this here, this is what I'm recording with right here. Now, always on top, if we press that OK, it means, oh, right, so wait, settings right here. It means that it's always on top as it says. Now, always on top can be helpful, but it also can be very annoying. So if we go like this, it means that, for example, if you click like this, it will never go back to that. So for example, like when you normally click on another tab, like so, it goes to that tab and that other one's gone. But if it's always on top, which some people would want to use, you can never like, it's sort of like always there and you have to sort of drag it out of the way if you want to use anything else. But there are situations where you would use that. So that just means that if you click on another tab, it's always still on the top. So yeah, that's with that one. Okay, so we'll click apply because we don't always want that on the top. Now mirroring, this one here is what you optimize it for. As you can see, there's a whole heap of different things. A lot have been added since 2012 when it came out. So you got like your projector ones, you got the iPhones and the iPads and that. Lots of them work for me. For example, iPad one works for me, the Retina high quality and the 1080p, all that one there. They all work fine. So for example, currently I'm in 1080, but you change it to the one that you want, not an incorrect one. For example, if we do this and we click apply and then click OK, watch what happens. It gets, wait, I'm just thinking, do we have to disconnect it? Yeah, we have to disconnect it because, the settings, you have to reconnect it to change. But yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so there we go, and then we do that. Right, so this is what happens if you have it with the incorrect one. As you can see, it's just an absolute shambles. Yeah, you don't want that. So you want to have it on the correct one, as you can see. So settings, and we go back to the right one. So yeah, make sure you choose the right one. But yeah, Retina, I like this one here. This one here is probably my favorite one. And since I haven't got Mirrorcast enabled, I can't change the buffer on that. But that is another option. And this one here, use single, right, so also another setting right here is the slow play network. Now this one here is if you have like a bad internet connection, it can be really good to use. Like for example, if you've got slow, mine's fine, but if you did have bad internet, that is one that you might want to use. Then you've got, I'm not sure what that one is there, but this one here is if, for example, you're on a projector and you have a whole heap of screens, then you can, if you like, this is single. Here is the slow play network. Now this one here is if you have like a bad internet connection, it can be really good to use. Like for example, if you've got slow, mine's fine, but if